Hello and welcome to Nova Careers, where we inspire teens to dream bigger by introducing them to careers they may have never seen or considered. Today we're talking with Kelly Brown. He's sharing what it's like to be a mobile RV technician, how he got started in this career, what skills are important for success, and the advice for anyone considering a career in the skilled trades. Hello, this is Vanessa with Nova Careers. I'd like to welcome Kelly. Kelly, can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yes, my name is Kelly Brown. I am a mobile RV repair technician. That's fancy.
Mobile RV repair technician. Ooh, this is your own business, though, correct?
Correct. I realized after I finished the first career, I don't want to work for anybody anymore. So, yeah, I looked into this.
Gotcha.
Starting your business is fairly cheap licensing wise, but yeah, I make decent money doing what I do.
Nice. So what is it that you do? Obviously, you repair RVs, and the title says mobile. So what does that mean?
Yeah, so one of the biggest problems about owning RVs is whenever they break, and they're going to break, everything breaks. People will take them to a shop, they'll take them to a dealership, and they're going to sit at that dealership for months while they're waiting on parts, and then they'll get fixed, and then it's just a pain. So I do the same job. I fix them. I work on all the subsystems. So I'm going to work on the ACs, the plumbing, the electrical, the furnaces, whatever, right? I go work on all that stuff, but I go to the customer. So rather than having them go without it, normally I think the longest any of my customers have waited is probably a week.
Okay. And that's waiting for parts or something to come in?
Normally, it's just waiting for an availability to get on my schedule. One
Okay.
thing about this job is there's a massive need for it. So
Okay.
I stay busy. I normally book out about a week out in advance. So normally once I get them on my schedule, I get over to them. I find out whatever their complaint is. I verify that what they're saying is actually happening. I run a diagnostic. I figure out what's going on. And then if I have to order parts, most of the time, I would say about 95% of the time, I have my parts within 24, 48 hours. Go back out
Nice.
there and get them up and running.
Okay. So, and you only go to them. You don't have a shop that they come to, correct?
Yes. So I am 100% mobile, although I have
Okay.
had one nice gentleman just show up at my house one day. Don't know why, but that's what he did. He had a problem and he figured there was a shop here, but there's not. But we still took time out of our schedule to go help him out. Thankfully, it was early enough in the morning where I hadn't actually left for work yet. But yeah, nobody should
Nice.
come.
Showing up at your door while your wife's there.
Yeah, just having a little breakfast.
Well, how did you get into this business?
This came to me through Facebook, man. Who doesn't love being on social media, wasting time? So that's what I was doing.
Okay.
When I first retired, I took 2 years off and fished, and you really just kind of lose yourself. I think we're made to do something. And so I just needed value in my life. So I was on Facebook looking for that value, and I saw an ad for, it's called the NRVTA. Shout out to Little Red Schoolhouse. And basically, it's a school to become an RV tech. At first, it really didn't make sense to me. Like, why would anybody need this? Doesn't seem like a legit career. And so I actually did a market analysis for my area. There's literally hundreds of campgrounds within 40 minutes of me. So I did see the need for it. It's a massive need. So at that point, I went ahead and went to Texas, where that school is, and got a certification. And then I came back to start it all up.
Okay. So the school that you went to, how long was that school?
So it does vary because there's different levels of certification that you can get. I went for 5 weeks.
Okay.
You can go there for a week and still technically get a certification. You're not going to know a whole lot, but you can do
Okay.
that. And then there's also an additional, I think there's an additional 3 weeks that even now that I can go back and do, which would focus just on maintaining and installing solar systems within RVs and also the generator side of them as well. Right now, I don't do either of those two systems.
Okay. But you work on other.
Yeah, I work
Like-
on pretty much everything else. So anything like the regular maintenance stuff, I can do all that. I actually teach classes to people to do their own maintenance on them. Just like my class costs $100, but it'll literally save you over $1,000 just to do the work yourself. So it's a
Nice.
good value for them. But other than that, I'll go and diagnose all the other systems with again, furnace, AC, electrical, plumbing, appliances, propane, all that stuff. I do everything except for carpentry, because if I were to touch the carpentry side of this, everybody would hate me and I would probably be lynched in the streets. So
Okay. So When you went to the school, did you get several different certifications then in that 5 weeks? Because you said you can get one in a week. So are you did that
Right.
give you
So
several?
it's really again it's based off of levels at that school. So I would be a level two, and I use the term kind of generally. It's there is another school. It's also in Florida, and so you can go to that school as well. But they're two different certifying entities, I guess you would say. So it's I don't have anything other than the 5 week certification from the NRBTA. I do have a couple other certifications because I've been to a few different training. One thing about being associated with the schoolhouse that I went through, in order to keep your certification through them, they require so many hours of continuing education every year. And
Okay.
so that requires me to either go to a different company or, some of them you can watch YouTube videos. I think it's good for like 2 hours worth of certification. But I basically take classes through different manufacturers and component manufacturers to keep those certifications and to learn about the newest stuff that's coming out so that I know how to fix it.
Gotcha. Because it's always evolving, and I'm sure changing and evolving.
In this industry, if it's older than 5 years old, it's obsolete at this point. So it's harder and harder to get parts for things and think. So it's yeah, you got to kind of stay on the newest stuff and still understand the older stuff too.
Gotcha. And you live in an area, which I'm sure there's a lot of need for this anywhere, but you live in an area where there's a lot of snowbirds, correct?
I do. I get my snowbirds every year. I love them to death. They're my regulars. I've had them for the last 2 years now. They stay at the same campgrounds and the same campsites. And as soon as they come into town, they tell me what's going on. And I go over there and, fix whatever happened during the travel time down here. Even without the snowbirds, I mean, we have beaches everywhere, huge tourist areas all around here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a massive amount of work. I actually network with three other guys that do the same thing in the area. There's more than ample work. We all stay very busy doing this.
Gotcha.
I think there's at least 8 techs that I know of in this area, and none of us are hurting for work. We're not even competing for work because it's just so much of it around here that
Interesting.
we do what we can to even help each other.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think with the mobile part of it, there's nothing worse than setting up your camper and something not, or your, you know, RV and something not working. And then you got to break everything down, especially if you are living in it, because that's your second home, having to try to get it and move it somewhere, especially if it won't move.
Yeah, yeah. I have a lot of full timers who this is their only home, and so dropping it off somewhere is never an option for them. And
Right.
here, I'm in Southern Alabama, right? So down here, I mean, today, even it's 89, 90 degrees out, it's 90, 95% humidity. So it's just baking. And if you don't have, for me, an emergency call is air conditioning here. If you don't have functioning air conditioner, that's an emergency call. So I'm going to actually elevate you on my schedule. I'm probably going to bump you to the front because without it, you're literally baking inside of an oven, just like a
Right.
tater. So yeah, it's
Definitely necessary.
yeah, yeah.
In that. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your, you had to get an LLC to
hmm
start your business. Did you have to get one? Is it just recommended? What is that? I mean, high level of that process.
Yeah, you can set your business up with whatever you're looking for. The benefit of the LLC is it keeps all of my personal property finances, all that separate from my business. So in the event that I would do something shady, which I'm not, but if I were to do something shady or if I were to total somebody's, entire camper out, if you're going to sue me, you're suing a company, you're suing the LLC itself. And so that's what you have access to. You don't have access to the rest of my entire life. And an LLC, there's different things you can file. I could have filed as an S corp, which for tax reasons, I may be doing that next year. There's just many different paths that you can take of how you're going to set it up. For me, I wanted something cheap and easy, and an LLC is the easiest and cheapest route for me to go for that, especially starting off.
Gotcha. And that's probably not super expensive, a couple $100s. So you're looking at your certificate and then,
I spent $25
okay.
to set up
I know
my
it depends on what
yeah.
state you're in for the LLC,
Yeah,
but
for
yeah,
the LLC it was $25 and the business license I spent $14 and then I think there's like another 12 for a tax exemption or yeah. It's cheap
nice.
down here, man. I'm loving it.
That's awesome. So what kind of a person would be good at this job?
Definitely somebody you have to be a self starter, a motivated person, right? Cuz there's days where you don't want to get up, but the fact of the matter is you have to. You already got customers waiting on you, so to maintain a good professional business, you can't blow people off. You have to like interacting with people. I interact with people every single day. Uh, it's just part of this business, right? You're talking to all these customers. A lot of them are couples, so you're speaking to both of them. You got to be good at figuring stuff out. Somebody that has desire to fix things. For me, one of the greatest feelings in the world is when you have something that's broken and then you fix it and it works again. It's a great feeling, and you get to experience that over and over and over again with this industry, which is fantastic. I think it's great. So that's really what it is. It's just a love to fix things and a love to really just get out there and meet people and just, try to better, I guess, better somebody's day every day.
Right. Yeah, for sure. You're taking a lot of stress off of people when their stuff. So when their stuff breaks and you fix it.
Yeah, RVs are fantastic, man, when they're working, but when they're not, everybody hates them. It doesn't matter who you are or what's not working. Something as simple that we always in a house, right? You go, you turn the hot water on, you get hot water. Well, in a camper, it ain't always like that. So you turn on the hot water and that hot water ain't working, man. There's not a cold shower that's going to make you happy. So it's just it's instant
Right.
anger when they don't work.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand because we lived in our RV for a couple of years. So, and we had the mobile tech out several times.
Yes.
So I see your shirt. So tell us what the name of your business is.
So the name of the business, SBFI Mobile Tech, and to dull it down, it stands for Stuff's Broke, Fix It. It's not really stuff.
It's not stuff, but you get the point. So
You get the
that's
Yeah, you
awesome.
kind
I
of get the
mean,
gist of it.
yeah. And you cut right to the chase with the name of the business because you said people
It's
call
the
you
number
and
one
say,
complaint. Most of the time, people aren't going to tell you what's wrong first. They're just going to tell you the stuff is broke, man. I need you to fix it. So yeah, I can do that. I can fix stuff. You just got to tell me what it is.
yeah, and you do. So what's the coolest part of your job?
I think the coolest part is really just working for myself, right? I mean, I set up my own schedule. I'm not gonna lie, the money is pretty dang good. I mean, I stay competitive with the shops. I don't charge as much as the shops charge, but I'm still competitive with those rates. And so the nice thing about it, I mean, taxes always suck. And unfortunately, the government's always going to take your money. God, I hate that part of it. But other than that, I mean, you do well, right? It's fun to meet people and kind of hear their stories about how they got to where they are. It's great to listen to the traveling stories of all these people. And then
Yeah.
that great feeling again of just fixing whatever it is that was broken. You see the relief in somebody's face when a
Mm,
system that wasn't working is now working. And most of the
right.
time, most people they don't, they're not paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, for major components, yes, you're going to pay 1,000, maybe more, but relatively, it's fairly cheap hiring me, and it's faster than it is going through the shops. And that's really what I love about
Right.
the job more than anything else is just kind of seeing these people relieved and just happy that you're able to get there and help them as fast as you could.
Right. Honestly, help them and they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of.
It's rare that I have anybody complain about the fees that are charged. Most of them understand, this is kind of what do you say, like a premier service that's coming to you, right?
Right.
I'm super non-intrusive on you guys. I work around their schedules. I even have quite a few people who I explain to them it's a two-way trust street, right? Everybody has to work, and I understand they might be at their job, but nobody wants to come home to a broken home. So if I can get there and you give me access, if you trust me, I'll go in
Right.
there, I'll fix it while you're at work, and then I trust you to pay me when you get home. And that's, a big part of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense though. If you can get in there. And we do that with our homes too,
Mhm.
let people in when we're not around to fix things if necessary. So, what's your least favorite part of the job?
Black tanks. Black
What's that?
tanks is my black tanks. Yeah. That's the poo side of this whole thing. It's nothing more humbling than wearing somebody's fecal matter on your face or arm and just smiling through it while you're doing the work that has to get done.
Yeah. I don't even appreciate wearing my own because that happened when we were in our RV. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gross when you're working on it and it don't matter how much you clean it out, it's not clean. So it's
Yeah.
it's always little splashes or little golden nuggets that you just see laying around when you get there. It's so much fun.
Definitely a shower when you get home day.
Several showers, bleach, yeah, set yourself on fire, whatever it takes to get it off, yeah. It's a horrible feeling.
I thought maybe you were gonna say working in the 95-degree days was gonna be the worst part, but
Poop is still worse than the heat.
yeah,
Yeah.
coop is definitely worse than that, which I guess if you're working in those 90-degree days, you're probably coming home and showering anyway, so
Yeah, I mean, 5 minutes out there. I'm old and fat, so I'm a sweater, so it's just it doesn't matter, man. I'm gonna shower every single day. If I have one job, it's gonna make a shower, yeah.
yeah, no. So you had said, like, a person that would be good for this job, I imagine then it would be, like, they would need to be organized and reliable. But you did say that a plus is you can kinda set your own schedule and work, but to your point there, you need to be able to if you want that flexible schedule, you still need to be able to work those days if you intend on making money.
Right.
So there's gotta be a good balance of that.
It is. I mean, it really is a great job. I look forward to going to work every day, right? It's
Oh,
fantastic.
that's awesome.
And I think if you're a somewhat decent human being, it's you don't have to deal with the boss and all the other junk because it's just you. So, I mean, I make jokes all the time that my boss is a jerk and he's making me work on this hot day or whatever. And normally customers will ask, like, "Aren't you the boss?" And yeah, yeah, guess I am. So it is my fault. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's what it is. It's a great career. There's a massive need that I don't ever see going away in this
Mm,
industry.
mhm.
People are still buying campers left and right. Old ones, new ones, it doesn't matter. I have a lot of people who've never owned them, literally have had them for 2 weeks and just sometimes don't know how things work. And yeah, man, it's pretty cool though. Yeah.
That would have been us.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a common thing.
Yeah. Was there ever any sort of a project that you couldn't fix or
The carpentry stuff, so, I mean, I do a lot of stuff up on the roof. I'll reseal a roof, I'll do ACs and all that kinda stuff, but I can't replace their roofs, I can't do floors. Carpentry stuff, I suck at. I can't make a square square, it's just not in my forte, so that's really the limit of what I do. Anything that has to do with the actual, carpentry type, I won't do it. I refer that out to other people. Most of the time, I'll refer it out to shops because they're the ones that will still get it done, faster. There's not a lot of mobile techs that are gonna do floors and roofs. There's a couple, but not a whole lot. It's too big of a
gotcha.
job for one person.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's more but you work on a lot of things that are electronic, like the
Yeah, yeah,
AC and the hot water heater and trying to think of all the things that went out
yeah,
on our
there's something
camper.
inside of it. Even putting in windows, I'm going probably be next week, I'll be out installing a new door for somebody's because he wanted a new door, so I'm gonna do that. The leveling systems, so you're working hydraulics, you're working air, you're working electrical, plumbing, appliances, all of it. I mean, it's just really what it is. It's a matter of slowing yourself down to really think the problem through, and that's normally how you kind of figure stuff out. It wasn't always like that. I learned that the hard way. Slow down.
Right. You yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a bit of it where you're anxious, especially at the beginning because you wanna be able to figure it out and solve the problem, but yeah, it's probably wise to slow it down and really think through things.
Yeah, I think it's a good rule in life. Slow down and think it through, man. The initial reactions, like when I first graduated, I think you graduate with an overinflated sense of confidence. So I knew I could fix anything. My very first job, I worked on it for 3 days. And you're the whole time like you're counting hours, right? Yeah, I just made another, whatever. And I think in labor total it was like 700 something dollars that I was racking up, and I was like, I'm still not any further forward. I can't charge a guy $700 and I can't figure out the problem in 3 days. And at the end of it, it was actually missing a major component, which I should have seen within the first 3 minutes of being on the job.
Mm,
And so it's quite a humbling experience. That's when you start to learn, okay, maybe let's just slow this down a little bit. Let's really evaluate what you're doing and then we'll figure it out. And no more.
yeah.
We're not going to have $700 days. That just won't happen.
Well, and that makes sense. I mean, I feel like we all do that when we start even any sort of a new job. We're one nervous and then we think, okay, I got this, and probably skip over steps or whatever. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sounds pretty normal.
I'm going to
So is
show
this
them
what,
how fast I excel.
well, and if you're paid by the hour, I don't know. Do you really want to work super fast?
I mean, that is a good point. I mean, yeah, but I still try to, right? Because the repeat business obviously is going to bring it back more than the others. People will
True.
question you. People will
Well,
question
and I'm
you.
sure that you kind of get an idea how long things are going to take by especially now, not when you started out, but especially now, you kind of have an idea of how long a job might take or,
Yeah,
yeah.
I basically even making your schedule, that's the big thing about this is you kinda learn average of how long it's taking you to do whatever. So if somebody says, I need a new water heater because mine's ruptured. Okay, cool. So that means I know that when I schedule you, I'm gonna put hour and a half So if something does happen, I've got that extra time in there to get you up and running before my next job. So
Gotcha. Is that something that the school kind of gave you an idea of, like, this is probably gonna take X amount of time, or do they have any sort of, I don't
really,
know,
when you go
help
through the
with that?
school, they're just kind of teaching you how all the systems work. Everybody works at their own pace and has their own style and their own way of doing things. Even the sequence that they're doing them in is going to be different for everybody. So they don't really tell you how long it should take or does take. They're very open to telling you how long it takes them to do things, but you're also talking to people that have been doing it for 15
Right,
years. So it's a little
right.
different for them, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So is this what you wanted to be when you were a kid?
100%, man. I used to just be in elementary school thinking, "Man, I can't wait to be an RV tech." No, I was, man, all the way up through, like, junior high, I wanted to be a race car driver because that's probably one of the coolest things on the planet. Get to high school, I intended on being a fighter pilot, and then I met a girl, and that changes your entire perspective on life at that age, so no more fighting pilots for me. So, yeah, it just kinda fell on me, I didn't even know what a mobile tech was, right? Most people don't. Anybody outside the industry don't know what it is. I have customers now who have no idea, but they did not know that people like me existed until they did a little research. I have business cards at a lot of the campgrounds here. And so a lot of people will be just so frustrated that they'll be talking to one of the camp hosts or something, and they'll give them my card and say, I didn't know people came out. Yes, that's what we do. That's what we do. We're faster. We're going to get you taken care of. You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your spot. You don't have to leave your home. So yeah, it's not what I ever expected. It's nothing I ever even thought of. Most people don't, but I'm glad I stumbled on it.
Yes. Well, and that's what Nova's here for, is to introduce people to not only careers, but if someone is an RV owner, now they know that there's mobile techs out there and to look for
We're
one.
all over the place, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I need to give you a shout out because Kelly was a retired Army vet. So he spent the first half of his life in the Army. And so this is his second job, second career. So, yeah. Kelly, do you have any advice for your 16-year-old self or teenagers that are still trying to figure out what they're doing?
I think the best thing that I could probably say to the youngsters, no matter who says it, nothing is free. Work hard for everything and you'll appreciate more the fact that you have it because you know what it took to get it. Even if you're looking at like a small purchase of something, if you're going to go out and buy yourself a new phone, sit down and think about how many hours do I have to work to make that phone mine. It's a good rule for life. Work hard and earn it. You'll appreciate it more. Never go for the easy free because it's not going to happen. And then just stay educated, man. Like never stop driving forward. There's so much for you to do out there. There's so much for you to be and become. Just keep on reaching.
Keep learning, huh?
That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
Learning is fun now. When you get out of school, like when you're in school, I was a horrible student, hated it, hated school, guys. I graduated high school with, I think it was a 1.97 GPA, something like that. So a solid D plus student. I barely showed up. I barely did. Sorry, ma. Barely did homework. Horrible grades. Just not good at it. I hated every aspect of it. So I understand it. But I'm telling you, when you get older, learning is so much fun. I love it. I loved going to this school. I went to college and got a certificate for social media, something or other, marketing. It's fun to learn when you get older. You're going to miss it. You're going to go back. You're going to learn more, and it's going to be super awesome.
And yeah, because when you are older, you get to choose what you want to learn instead of being told all the things that you're going to learn. That's how I
Very
felt
much
about
so.
reading.
Yeah. And we push college, I think, too much. College ain't for everybody, right? Trade schools are outstanding.
Absolutely.
It's one of those
Yeah,
things, man. Why not get paid to learn? That's my biggest thing. If I can get paid to learn, man, I'm all about it. That's the best way to go right there.
right. Yeah, so if someone was interested in a mobile tech, an mobile RV tech, what would you tell them?
I would say the first thing to do is figure out if the area you're in is going to be worth it. That's the biggest
Okay.
thing, right? You've got to do a market analysis and see what's happening. So if your area, you've got a lot of campgrounds, all stuff like that, or a big tourist area where camping is big, then you know that you're going to be able to make some decent money there. After that, you just got to find out what school you want to go to. And the truth is, you don't even have to go to a school. You can go to a dealer. A lot of people don't know that even. If it's something that's interesting, you can go to a dealership or a shop with a decent work ethic. They will hire you and they're going to teach you. And most of the time, they'll even send you to these schools for you to
Okay.
learn what you're doing because it's value to them. So you may have to work, at their shop for a year or two, but then once that commitment is met, they've already paid for that certification. They've already paid for the knowledge.
Right.
And then you can get out and start your own business because why not?
Right. Well, and that's a good point too, because if you go in, you work at a shop, then you can really see if this is something that you enjoy before you even have any skin in the game for sure. See
Well,
if you
yeah,
enjoy it.
absolutely.
Yeah. Something that interests you. Well, I appreciate you sharing your insight on starting your own mobile
Mobile.
RV,
It's a mobile RV tech. Yeah.
mobile
Or
RV
RV
tech.
mobile
Okay.
tech. Whatever order you want to put it in, it's never wrong. As long as the mobile and tech are there, it's good.
Okay. And RV, because that's kind of important.
Yeah, RV helps. I do have people call me and ask about their houses. Like, I don't know. So, I don't work in
Can help
houses.
you with that one. All right. I have a couple rapid fire questions for you.
Shoot it.
All right.
7.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee. Do you drink tea? Do you drink coffee every day?
I drink coffee every morning. The only tea I like is chai, and that's about it.
I do like a good chai tea. I like a dirty chai, which was got coffee in it then.
I've never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. What's the first job you ever had?
I worked as a mountain bike guide at a Christian camp. That was my very first job.
That sounds fun.
It was pretty cool. You got really muddy, and my parents made me quit after a week because they got tired of driving me, and they got tired of me being that muddy.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
take people on bike rides. Like, what's not fun about that?
Right. That sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. What's a career you wouldn't want to do?
I definitely would probably not want to do the sewer stuff. Like, I'll be honest, it's really gross being in poop. It's just really, it's not a pleasant smell. Like, I could see doing like pumping a septic. Like, that's not that big a deal to me. But like working on those systems, like when they break, yeah, not for me. Just not for me.
Yeah. Just all the plumbing, because then most days you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. It's there's good money in it. There's great advancement. Nah, I'm good.
Nope, that's not. Do you charge people extra if you have to deal with the septic?
Yep. I charge them 1 extra hour of labor. If it takes me 15 minutes, you're getting charged 2 hours of labor. Yeah.
Because one of those hours is you scrubbing yourself off in the shower.
It's me in a fetal position just crying for a little while, and then after that, I get to shower in the hottest water you can possibly get. Yeah.
So, well, again, I appreciate you being on here and sharing your insight and just encouraging someone out there who may be interested in likes working with their hands and wants to go into the mobile RV tech repair business.
That's it.
So,
That's it. Be
thank you,
cool, stay
Kelly.
in school, say no to drugs.
There you go. Stay in school, say no to drugs, and when you get out of school, you can pick what you want to learn.
That's right. And learn it. Learn it to the best of your ability, man. You're going to love it.
All right. Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for watching Nova Careers. If this interview helped you discover a new possibility, make sure to subscribe for new career conversations every Thursday. And remember, you can't dream what you've never seen. See it, dream it, be it.